radiodiffusion de la nation française présente.
Hello New York, hello London. This is the French National Broadcasting. We take pleasure in bringing you the greetings of Paris that is fighting, but that is also at the eve of its liberation. The Germans are still occupying certain points of the capital, but we have already the possibility to speak to you.
Le comité d'action militaire du Conseil national de la résistance et l'état-major national des forces françaises de l'intérieur adresse à la population parisienne l'appel que voici.
Tandis que les soldats français de la division Leclerc sont aux portes de Paris, les combattants de la liberté, soldats sans uniforme des FFI, luttent dans la ville d'où nos antennes lancent à travers le monde les échos des combats.
Report number 57, August the 26th. This is Matthew Holson of the CBC, speaking from Paris. Speaking from Paris. I am telling you today about the liberation of Paris, about our entry into the town yesterday, and I don't know how to do it. Though there was still fighting in the streets, Paris went absolutely mad. Paris and ourselves were in a delirium of happiness yesterday, and all last night, and today. Yesterday was the most glorious and splendid thing I've ever seen. The first French and American patrols got into the outskirts of Paris the night before last. Yesterday morning the soldiers were coming in force. I came in with them, with French troops, into Paris. I believe the first Canadian to enter Paris was Captain Colin McDougall of the Army Film and Photo Unit, and I think I was the next. We came in from the south, along the Avenue de l'Italie. For hours, we had strained our eyes for the first sight of Paris. And then, suddenly, there it was, the most beautiful city in the world, and the people surging into the streets in millions. I don't know how we got along those streets. We were among the first vehicles, and the people just went mad. We drove for miles, saluting with both hands, and shouting Vive la France till we lost our voices. Every time we stopped for a second, hundreds of girls pressed round the Jeep to kisses, and to inundate us with flowers. But, as we drove along the Boulevard Saint-Germain toward the river, and the bridge leading to the Place de la Concorde, the crowds thinned out, because there was fighting just ahead in the Chamber of Deputies. There was machine gun fire, rifle fire by German snipers, and an occasional shot from a tank. For half an hour we watched the fighting, battle in the streets of Paris. It was indescribably dramatic. Fighting, yet the people frantic with the joy of liberation. We saw Germans stop fighting and come with white flags to surrender to the French soldiers lying behind their barricades. At times, bullets spattered the walls around us. No one seemed to care.
We've just had a big fight here in the square in front of Notre Dame. And we're all lying on our stomachs and hoping for the best, but we hope that's all over now.
Cet enregistrement a été réalisé avec les documents sonores diffusés clandestinement sous l'occupation allemande par la radiodiffusion de la nation française dans les jours qui ont précédé la libération de Paris. Ces documents n'ont d'autre mérite que celui d'être un témoignage authentique des heures tragiques et glorieuses qu'a vécu le peuple de Paris en armes, farouchement dressé contre l'oppresseur. Dès vendredi soir, 18 août, l'équipe de résistance de la radio prend possession des locaux. Le samedi, tout le monde est en place. Les Français se regroupent, et dans la nuit, silencieusement, méthodiquement, dans tous les quartiers de Paris, s'élèvent des barricades. À l'aube, le combat reprend avec rage. Sur la première voiture équipée, Pierre Freinet part enregistrer les bruits et l'atmosphère de Paris insurgé. Il parvient à pénétrer dans la préfecture assiégée et recueille la première déclaration de M. Serra, commissaire d'État, délégué général du gouvernement provisoire de la République, au moment même où les blindés allemands attaquent pour la deuxième fois de la journée.
Je veux dire d'abord ma joie et ma fierté d'avoir l'honneur de représenter en France le général de Gaulle et le gouvernement provisoire de la République dans ces heures tragiques. Ma fierté aussi
de participer au grand élan qui soulève la population parisienne et qui couvre actuellement Paris de barricades. Depuis le début du soulèvement, la résistance n'a cessé d'augmenter, de mettre au point, de perfectionner ses moyens d'action, son armement. La lutte, un instant ralentie, a repris hier avec une vigueur accrue. Paris a un trop grand passé, une trop grande responsabilité devant l'histoire, pour qu'il lui fût possible de regarder partir l'ennemi sans combat. Paris maintenant est en plein combat, et fidèle à son passé, se bat bien. Paris n'a pas été long à apprendre comment on construit des barricades.
Here is the news read by Richard Wessel. Paris has been liberated. A communique just received from General Koenig announces that it has been liberated by French forces of the interior.
It's been one of the most marvellous sights I've ever seen, coming down the boulevard into the heart of Paris. Everywhere we went, people came running out of their houses, out of the shops, shaking hands with us. Children were held up to us to be kissed, and they clung around our necks. People were giving us flowers, tomatoes, everything. It's been the most marvellous procession I've ever seen. Here they are, they're just mad with joy. Just listen to these crowds.
Fell brilliantly on General de Gaulle the moment he set foot in Paris. With his presence, Parisian joy was replete. given the honor of rekindling the everlasting flame at the Arc de Triomphe. His were the only French armored units who beat the German panzer divisions in the battles of 1940. Today his name rings thrillingly on the tongue of a Frenchman. In his name, the Free French forces fought mightily at Bir Hakeim. And today the name de Gaulle is a clarion call to the resurgent citizens of eternal France. The largest square in the world, the Place de la Concorde, swells with its largest audience to greet this leader.
It's been one of the most marvellous sights I've ever seen, coming down the boulevard into the heart of Paris. Everywhere we went, people came running out of their houses, out of the shops, shaking hands with us. Children were held up to us to be kissed, and they clung around our necks. People were giving us flowers, tomatoes, everything. It's been the most marvellous procession I've ever seen. Here they are, they're just mad with joy. Just listen to these crowds.